All right, good morning. Just injury update. No real news or anything. If there's somebody specific you want to talk about, we can do that. But nothing new at this point.
Just to confirm, Tyne said he's not practicing today.
Yeah, correct.
Hey, Sean, how unusual is it that a defensive tackle will have 9.5 sacks in a season? I mean, Aaron Donald's a special dude, but 9.5 from a guy on the inside. Just can you comment on how unusual that might be?
I think it's certainly a good number. It's Jordan in this case has done a really good job, and so it's credit to his hard work.
Anything else besides that, or just his work ethic?
Yeah, I mean, in tackles, they come in different ways. Sometimes it's penetration by Jordan. Sometimes he's playing off of somebody else out there. So there's bits and pieces that kind of work together, and that's part of the line working together. And Jordan has subscribed to that well this year. So he's worked hard.
Sean, what are your thoughts on, you guys performed on the national stage, it looks like you guys are getting more recognition nationally at Pro Bowl comes out, and just one guy in a 10-4 playoff clinching team.
Yeah.
His name.
Well, first and foremost, the guys that were recognized, Trey, and then the alternates we did have, I think that's great recognition for those guys, and it's a job well done for a lot of hard work that they put in. I felt like we have a lot of other guys, though, that deserved recognition, that worked hard, and so it's a team game, and that's what we subscribe to here. And I can't control guys that get recognized. That's your jobs. So
Just the latest thing in the Buffalo kind of gets overlooked.
I think our guys are aware of it, but it's not part of whether we win or lose this week. Honestly, it's again, it goes back to the team, and that's the most important piece here.
Sean, of all the things that this team and every team in this division is measured against is how it does against the Patriots. The one thing you haven't been able to do yet this season, or in your 3 years, is beat the Patriots. How much would that move the needle forward in the process of building this organization into a contender and into a team that expects to win?
Well, we expect to win, number one. Every week, that's just part of a mindset that we've tried to establish here. With respect to the Patriots, we respect every opponent. So I want to get that out first and foremost. They have been well established in this division for a long time and across the NFL for the obvious reasons there. What's important for us is we continue to take steps as an organization and as a football team, and we'll continue to do that. And so it's important that we continue to work on our quality of play and our fundamentals, the way we play, the way we take care of the football, and so we go from there.
How big of you said to continue to take steps. How big of a step would this be this Saturday?
It'll be another win for us. I mean, it's certainly, we've got 10. We're looking to get 11. And whether, listen, I think our guys and the people of Buffalo, you come here and you spend time in Buffalo, they understand, and I understand. It's been years since a team has been able to beat the Patriots and be in this position with the division, looming in the balance at this point in the season. So we understand that, fully acknowledge that, and at the same time, we've got to continue to take steps as a team. And again, it's a game. It's the most important game because it's the next game on our schedule, and so we try and keep perspective all the way through this season, whether it's this game or whenever it was. So.
Sean, would you say that at this point right now, the gap has never been narrower though? In your time with the Bills against the Patriots, the gap has never been narrower between the two teams?
Well, I mean, I just think that we're growing, and I'll just talk about our team. I think that we're growing. I think that we continue to grow each and every week. We've learned some hard lessons, and there'll be more. And so what's important for us is that we focus on the part that we can control, Sal, and and that's playing our best football each and every week, and what leads to that, the process, and like I said before, specifically the fundamentals and taking care of the football and doing things the right way.
With a cornerback like Stephon Gilmore, what's the balance between challenging him, as some teams did, and the Bengals, I guess, to their peril multiple times Sunday, and then avoiding him? You know, the whole idea of just stay away from a guy like that. But you've got John Brown. How do you sort of see that match?
Well, Stephon's a really good player. You guys know him. He was here, and I think he's playing at a high level. He really is, and so we have a lot of respect for him. And you know, it's got to be a balance. You know, to just attack him, you know, just all the time would probably be irresponsible. So you know, we'll have a good game plan in place, Vic, and try and have a good blend.
Now that you've had a chance to go back and look at that game a lot this week, what are your general takeaways from the Week 4 matchup against the Patriots?
Yeah, I thought we did some good things. Certainly, we didn't come up with the result that we wanted. You know, but just overall, just too many mistakes against a good football team, and you can't do that, as you know, and give them the credit. You know, they played really good. They played well in all three phases, and so we've got to come out and do a better job, obviously.
Sean,
I know you
Sean
said
Nettle
that
said,
there's,
Sorry.
I know you said that there's no moral victories at this point in time period, but what do you take away from the fact that you were so close in Week 4, were it not for those kind of self-deprecating mistakes?
Yeah, I mean, I don't think the connection between Week 4 and this week. I mean, we try and learn off the tape, but what was or what wasn't in Week 4 is not necessarily going to. That's not how we're starting the game, you know. So there's some connection just for us to grow from as a team. The intelligence we get from that game and the mistakes we made is all good feedback for us.
Bill said the same thing in terms of, you know, they tried to make a connection between that game and this one, and he basically shot that down. But I'm interested to know if you think, how much better of a football team maybe you think you are now as compared to what you were?
Yeah, I mean, just overall, and you guys have heard me say this before, you want to trend in the right direction throughout the season, and I feel like we've grown. You've seen contributions from our young players that have grown and improved throughout the season, developing young players, developing and getting a better feel for our personnel and how we're utilizing our personnel. I think as a staff we've grown as well, and how we're working together as a staff, and that translates. I bring that up because it translates to on the field as well. So I feel like, again, we're trending in the right direction. You know, we've learned a lot through some of the adverse times, which is important as well. So I just think we have to continue to grow and keep pushing.
Sean, in that first game, you know, all this said, Josh was driving, you guys had a chance to win that game, and he got knocked out with a questionable hit. Do you think your quarterback owes these guys?
No, I just play the game. Go out there and play the game the way it's meant to be played.
How easy is that? It's human nature says.
Yeah, that's what a pro does, and Josh is a pro, so that's what we have to do. You know, it's not you know, personal as far as that goes. It's, hey, they made a good play, they were physical, and in terms of some of those plays are bang bang, and we understand that. We've had some of those plays, you know, in other games or what have you. So it's just about us and Josh in this case, as it relates to your question, coming out and continuing to develop as a young quarterback in this league.
Sean, I know coaches and players are so routine-based oriented from week to week. This is your third game in a month. It's not on a Sunday at 1 o'clock. What are the challenges of that, and how do you think your team has handled that? Can you kind of tell us like what goes into kind of massaging that schedule?
Yeah, I mean, it's our operations staff, you know, Matt Warswick, my assistant, and Brendan Rowe, Kevin Meegank. They do a really good job of keeping out in front of things and helping me with that. Our sports science department feeds into that as well in terms of what they bring to the table, and we try and make sure we do things right, not just on the field, but obviously with the schedule for the players, how we build each week. I know the question was asked, I think, earlier in the week here, what we were going to do, how we were going to practice, and so that's really been good for me in terms of getting their help.
I'm sorry if I missed it, but I think you were supposed to practice yesterday, and there was a shift in that.
Yeah.
I mean, understand you have a feel for your team through the course of the week, short week, just kind of what went into that.
Yeah, we just moved it up a little bit. You know, coming off the short week, just felt like we needed to to adjust the schedule a little bit for the players and the coaches as well, and again, just make sure that we're ready to go come Sunday.
Sean, I heard an interview on the radio yesterday, the guy said, you figured out Tom Brady, that must be a great relief to you.
Yeah, I'm sure there's a lot of other people that felt that same way, and then Tom is Tom, you know. So once, just whether it's Tom or this league, and this is a message to our team, is what I've learned in 20 years being around this league is when you think you've figured it out and you get comfortable, you get your butt kicked, and so I'll never approach whether it's Tom or any opponent or any player with that in mind. That's the wrong approach, and that doesn't those two things don't go hand in hand with my name. So.
What's the dynamic like when you play against a team 2 times in one season, particularly when it's somebody like Tom Brady or Bill Belichick, guys that are, like you said, pretty adept at adjusting and figuring out, where something might have went wrong?
Yeah, they're the best for a reason. They've been trailblazers in terms of some of the things that they've done situationally, personnel-wise, I'm sure operationally. And on the field, just how they've won games, So, really in a lot of ways, the rest of the league is chasing them from that standpoint. So it's hard to play teams 2, 3, 4 times, 5 times. This will be 6 in 3 years. I mean, that's part of being in the division, and I've been around that before at the 2 stops I had before coming here with Philadelphia and Carolina, and so we respect that and try and learn every time.
Hey, Sean, I heard you got a congratulatory text from Ralph Kruger. Can you talk about the synergy maybe between the 2 teams, and do you feel you have a kindred soul in Ralph?
Yeah, yeah. I mean, it's Ralph has been a good partner of mine. Call it in some ways a mentor, honestly, with his experience in the width of in the bandwidth of his experience, and he's been in a lot of places and done a lot of things over the course and accomplished a lot over the course of his career, and so I try and stay in touch with him and encourage him, and I'm not sure I share much that he can use, but he certainly shares some things that I've been able to use, and I think it's really neat to watch the Sabres players and our players pull for one another, support one another, and that's as they call it, One Buffalo, and that's a unique part and cool part about our city. That was good. All right, thanks.